Hi, this is Kendall Boyson, professional life and recovery coach, and you're listening to Encouragementology, the practice of instilling hope. Hi there. Thanks for joining me. On this show, we are going to stick to reading the chapter we're on by embracing the present in life's ongoing story. Have you ever found yourself mentally rewriting chapters of your past or trying to peek ahead at pages you haven't reached yet? It's human nature to replay moments we wish had gone differently or to worry about what's coming next. But while we're busy editing old plot lines or predicting future twists, we miss out on the beauty and clarity of the chapter we're actually in. The one unfolding right now. This week, we're exploring what it means to truly read the chapter you're on. No skipping ahead, no flipping back. Just being present and fully engaged in this current moment of your life. As seasons shift, both outside our windows and inside our souls, we're faced with transitions that can stir anxiety, grief, anticipation, and hope. Maybe you're watching loved ones age, adjusting to a new phase of your career, or coming to terms with blessings that also carry weighty responsibility. Today, we're going to explore how to stay grounded in the now while honoring where you've been and where you're going. So, grab your favorite journal, take a deep breath, and let's begin reading right where you are. Let's start by defining what we mean when we say, read the chapter you're on. It's more than a catchy metaphor. It's a mindset. Just like reading a book, life unfolds one chapter at a time. But unlike a novel, we don't get to flip ahead or rewrite the past. Yet, many of us try. We revisit regrets, get stuck in nostalgia, or anxiously attempt to predict and plan for a future we haven't reached. And when we do that, we lose our place in the present. So it's all about living in the now. And to get there, we need to understand three core ideas. First, the illusion of control. We often try to manage uncertainty by over-planning or ruminating, believing that if we just think hard enough, we can control the outcome. Spoiler alert, we can't. While planning and reflection have their place, they become distractions when they rob us of the ability to fully engage in what's happening right in front of us. Two is the power of presence. Being present doesn't mean ignoring your past or avoiding your future. It means recognizing that this moment, right now, is the only place where action and awareness can occur. This is the chapter where your growth is happening, your relationships are deepening, and your story is taking place. And then number 3, life's seasonal shifts. Just like nature, we experience seasons, beginnings, growth spurts, stagnation, harvests, and even endings. These aren't just age-related. They're emotional and spiritual seasons too. Recognizing the chapter you're in allows you to meet it with curiosity instead of resistance. Are you in a chapter of learning, rest, rebuilding, joy? When we know the season we're in, we can better understand what's being asked of us. Living in the present isn't about staying stuck. It's about giving your full attention to where you are so you can move forward with clarity and intention. Once you identify the chapter you're in, you can start to ask the important questions. What is this chapter trying to teach me? How can I grow here? What do I want to carry forward or leave behind when the page turns? Let's try something different today. Instead of skimming the surface of your life story, I want you to dig in and name the chapter you're currently living. If your life were a book, what would the title of this chapter be? Take a moment, no judgment. Just breathe and let something rise up. Would your current chapter be called Starting Over? Again? Maybe The Season of Stillness. What about Chaos with a Side of Hope? Making Peace with Me? How about When the Past Doesn't Let Go? Or Finding My Fire? Once you've got a title, let's explore what that means for you by walking through 3 reflection questions, each with a few prompts to help you go deeper. Number 1, what makes this chapter unique? What's different about this phase of your life compared to the last one? Are you learning something new about yourself? What are the challenges that keep repeating? And what are you finally ready to face? Think of this as setting the stage. What's the setting? Who are the key characters? And what is your role? Number 2, what are you resisting or trying to skip ahead to? Are you constantly planning for what's next and skipping over today? Do you find yourself replaying or rewriting something from the past? What feels too slow, too hard, or too uncertain right now? Is there anything you're pretending doesn't matter, but deep down, you know it does? This part of the book might not be your favorite, but what if it's where the most transformation happens? Number 3, what's one small way you can live more fully in this chapter? Could you shift your focus from what's missing to what's unfolding? Is there a habit, a thought pattern, or relationship that needs tending? Think about it. What would presence look like in your everyday routine? Less multitasking? More mindful moments? What would happen if you gave this season your full attention? It's not about making big declarations. It's about small acts of awareness that change how you show up in your life. Now, if you're a journaling person, or even if you're not yet, I encourage you to write these answers down. Not only does it help clarify your thoughts, but you'll be surprised at how powerful it is to see your story in your own words. In fact, moving forward, I will be attaching a 5-day journaling companion to the show notes. This will help you work through these ideas at your own pace. As we continue our journey through the theme of read the chapter you're on, I came across an article on mindful.org, How Present Moment Awareness Can Make Life More Meaningful. It offers profound insights into the transformative power of embracing the present. Presence is meditation in motion. It's the practice of bringing mindfulness into the activities of daily life. We can practice the art of being here, now, while waiting in a long grocery store line, or changing the baby's diaper, or sitting in traffic. Presence involves a simple yet incredible shift, from the ordinary state of mind wandering to bringing our attention to the experience of what is happening right now. You can make this shift anytime and anywhere. Why develop this habit? Well, spiritual leaders and philosophers have attempted to answer this question for thousands of years. And yet, Ferris Bueller, the impetuous high school student from the classic 1986 film, might have the best answer. Life moves pretty fast, he warned. If you don't stop and look around for a while, you might miss it. He's right. Life without presence moves pretty fast. When we wake up, go to work, do all the other things that need to be done, we often operate on autopilot. The day flies by, as do the weeks, months, and years. In fact, scientists have confirmed that this experience of time flying by increases with age. And I can verify that. With each passing year, the novelty of life diminishes, and our perception of time accelerates. This has led the mindfulness teacher Jon Kabat-Zinn to argue that if you really want to live longer, presence, not drugs, eating healthy, or any other strategy, is the best solution. You may not actually live longer in terms of calendar time, but your experience of life and your perception of time will expand. The days, months, and years can be richer, more meaningful, and more fully lived. Appreciating the fall leaves, listening to the crunch under your feet as you walk on the winter snow, smelling the scents of flowers or fresh cut grass, feeling the warmth of the summer sun, these simple acts of presence slow life down. They help us go through each day feeling more alive, awake, and content. There are other benefits too. Presence doesn't simply change the quality of being. It can also transform the quality of what you do, leading to greater creative flow, enhanced relationships, and increased productivity at home and at work. Through developing the habit of presence, we can get in touch with the fundamental wonder of what it is to be alive, and even the most ordinary moments become extraordinary. But it's not that simple. There's also something quite mysterious about this moment. It's not like the past, which stretches infinitely behind us. It's also not like the future, which stretches infinitely ahead of us. In fact, the moment you try to capture it, it's gone. It becomes just another part of the past. Philosophers have strived to define the present moment. While some have seen it as almost non-existent, fleeting and infinitely thin, others saw it as having more infinite depth. In fact, the ancient Greeks identified 3 ways that opening to the present moment increases the depth of our experience and productive possibilities of each moment. First, when we fully experience what is here and now, we no longer postpone what we most want. We live our lives to the fullest now. The philosopher Epicurus captures the ethos of urgency. We are only born once. Twice is not allowed. And it's necessary that we shall be no more for all eternity. And yet you, who are not master of tomorrow, keep putting off your joy. This is something many of us have experienced. Have you ever heard the shocking and sad news that someone close to you has died and then thought, am I living life as fully as presently possible? Death makes us acutely aware of our aliveness and the preciousness of each moment. Second, attending to the present moment enables us to take advantage of the full range of possibilities that exist in each moment. This helps us adapt to even the most challenging situations. If you're stuck at the airport with a long delay, you can let your mind swirl with thoughts about the past and future. I should have taken the earlier flight, or I'm going to be so late and tired. Or you can experience the power of the present moment and take advantage of the new possibilities available to you as a result of the delay. Go for a brisk walk through the concourse. Read for pleasure. Eat a meal. or catch up with friends on the phone. When we manage to enter the razor-thin moment of presence, something amazing happens. Anxieties and resentments dissolve. We experience more ease, calm, and peace. Being present opens up a third possibility: happiness and well-being. When we spend the day traveling through the past and future, we tend to get trapped in a host of negative emotions, from anxiety to irritation to resentment. The Epicurean school of ancient Greek thought and used sayings like, "Senseless people live in hope for the future, and since they cannot be certain, they are consumed by fear and anxiety." So what is the present moment? This almost sounds like a trick question. Everyone knows that the present moment is what's happening now. The wind in the trees, the touch of fabric against your skin, your dog brushing up against your leg. The science on this is clear. Spending more time in the present moment leads to greater happiness. A Harvard study conducted in 2010 by Matthew A. Killingsworth and Daniel T. Gilbert, for example, revealed that happiness is inversely related to mind wandering. The amount of time we spend time traveling through thoughts about the past and the future. They discovered that most of us spend a lot of time mind wandering, distracted from the present moment. In fact, the average person spends 47% of the day mind wandering, thinking about something other than their present activity. Their key insight, however, wasn't just that our minds wander. It was the link between presence and happiness. They concluded how often our minds leave the present and where they tend to go is a better predictor for our happiness than the activities in which we're engaged in. In other words, this landmark study shows that one of the keys to happiness lies in simply redirecting our attention from mind wandering and distraction to what's happening right here, right now, in the present moment. So let's talk about how to practice this shift, shifting your attention to the present moment. 1, notice. See if you can become aware each time you step into the shower, for example. 2, shift your attention to the sights and sounds and bodily sensations of the present moment. To do this, we recommend that you ground your feet and bring your attention to your breath. Use what we call the 4x4 breath or the box breath. 4 counts in and 4 counts out for 4 breaths. This move will help you begin building the habit of shifting your attention from mind wandering and stress to the present moment. And then number 3, rewire. Encode this experience deep in your memory by savoring it for just 15 to 30 seconds. Here are some quick tips. Do it every day. Practice presence every day. And if you forget to do it in the shower, practice presence during some other everyday life moment, like walking up the stairs or starting your car. The most difficult thing about building this habit is remembering. To help you remember, we've developed a low-tech but extremely effective method. Put a sticker at eye level on your shower door. If you don't want to use a sticker or you don't have a shower door, you could use a piece of masking tape with presence written on it. After a month or so, once that habit is ingrained, you may find that you no longer need it. After a couple of weeks or a month, you will start to notice that you no longer need to consciously remember to experience presence. It just starts to happen as you enter the shower. This is the magic moment of habit formation. It means that your brain has wired a new set of connections around the everyday activity. If you've mastered the habit in the shower, try adding an advanced cue, like stairs. Every time you walk up or down a flight of stairs, see if you can be present. This is a perfect time to feel the sensations in your feet or to bring your attention to the sights and sounds that occur as you step. This additional cue will take you even deeper into the experience of presence. So in a nutshell, this article emphasizes that being present isn't about ignoring the past or future. It's about fully engaging with the here and now. It suggests that by cultivating present moment awareness, we can savor life's experiences more deeply, find greater meaning in everyday activities, and enhance our overall well-being. For me, one key takeaway is the idea that presence allows us to connect more authentically with ourselves and others. Instead of being caught up in regrets or anxieties, we can appreciate the richness of each moment, leading to a more fulfilling life. All right, so you're starting to grasp the value of being in the present, of reading the chapter you're on instead of skimming ahead or flipping back. But how do you actually do that? How do you resist the urge to ruminate on what's behind or spiral into what ifs about the future? I don't know. I need to figure it out too. But here's where we shift from aha to action. So take note. Step 1. Start noticing the noise. We all have it. The mental background chatter. Did I turn off the stove? I should have said no to that project. What if this falls apart next week? Start by catching yourself in these loops. You don't have to shut them down right away. Just notice them. Awareness is the doorway to change. So try this. Set a timer 3 times a day to pause and ask, where am I right now? Mentally and physically. You might be surprised at how often your body and brain are not in the same room. Step 2, anchor yourself in the present. When you find yourself drifting into the past or projecting into the future, come back with something tangible. Sensory grounding is a great tool. So try this. Look around and name 3 things that you can see, 2 things that you can hear, and 1 thing that you can feel, like the chair you're sitting in or the warmth of your coffee mug. It's simple, it's powerful, and very now. So again, 3 things you can see, 2 you can hear, and 1 you can feel. Step 3, journal what this chapter holds. Ask yourself, if this is a distinct chapter in my life, what's the title? What's the theme? This mindset helps you find purpose in your current experience, even if it's confusing or messy. It's all part of the arc. So try this. Each morning, jot down what kind of day your character is about to live. Not what they need to do, but how they want to be. Then reflect at night. Did you stay in your chapter? Step 4. Practice grace for your past and patience for your future. You don't need to rewrite previous chapters. You just need to let them be the stepping stones that they were meant to be. Likewise, the future isn't a script too perfect, but a page waiting to be written in its time. So try this. Create a mantra that you can revisit when you catch yourself time traveling. Something like, I honor where I've been, I trust where I'm going, but I choose where I am. Living in the moment isn't about perfection. It's about presence. And presence is a practice. Some days you'll nail it. Other days you'll trip into yesterday or tomorrow, and that's okay. The point is to keep returning to now because this chapter deserves to be read. As we continue our exploration of being present, I came across an insightful article. These 6 mindful micro practices can help you be calmer and happier. We all want that, right? It offers practical bite-sized strategies to anchor ourselves in the now. If the word mindfulness sets your teeth on edge, perhaps that's a sign you need it. But don't be too daunted. Mindfulness is less about becoming one with nature or a misty mountaintop and more about being present. According to Pema Sherpa and Brendan Barka, they are authors of a new book, The Daily Buddhist. We get it. Mindfulness has become a buzzword, slapped into everything from yoga mats to self-help books. But here's the thing. It's not about superficial good vibes or pretending everything's okay. Real mindfulness means paying attention to your reactive emotions, your destructive thoughts, rising heart rate, and attachment to identity, so you can choose how to show up for yourself and others. And while sitting cross-legged on your bed and closing your eyes might be one iteration of mindfulness, it can take on many forms that go beyond the cliche. Mindfulness isn't just about sitting on a cushion in silence, trying to feel peaceful. That's one way to practice, but it's not the whole picture, said Sherpa. Mindfulness is really about paying attention to what's happening right here and right now. Whether you're on a packed subway to work, talking to someone you love or don't, or doing the laundry. It's about being present and not zoning out. You don't have to be calm or have it all together. You just have to notice what's going on in your body, your mind, and the world around you. That's the real practice. In today's world of doom scrolling, multitasking, and endless pinging, practicing mindfulness is arguably more important than ever, and it doesn't matter if you're in your bedroom or at the local bodega. The mental loop of worry and regret doesn't just wear us out, it pulls us away from the only moments that are real. This one. Mindfulness interrupts that loop, bringing us from over there to here. It grounds us in the present and helps us observe our thoughts and emotions without being swept away. This simple shift makes a powerful difference. We feel less overwhelmed, more focused, and better able to respond to life with clarity and calm. Instead of being pulled in a million directions, we're finally here, and that changes everything. So here are 6 micro practices that you can sneak into your everyday. 3 of them you can totally do at work. No lotus positions required. Take a deep breath. When your brain's spinning with countless thoughts, take a few deep breaths and really experience it. That's it. Don't try to zen out, but remind yourself, I'm here. This grounding practice can take less than a minute. Walk with intention. Get out of your head and onto your feet. On the sidewalk, in the hallway, headed to the subway, ditch the phone and feel your steps. Just for a minute, let your mind catch up to your body, even if everything around you is rushing. Walk as if you are kissing the earth with your feet. Listen well. For many of us, truly listening to someone is a skill that needs to be learned and practiced, but it's worth it. The next time someone's talking to you, don't check your phone. Don't daydream. Don't plan your comeback. Just listen for a full 30 seconds with no interruptions. It's rare, weirdly hard, and way more powerful than it sounds. You might be surprised at how much more connected to the other person this makes you feel. Finish one task before starting another. If your workday is full of back-to-back Zooms and a symphony of Slack pings, try to resist the urge to multitask. We treat our minds like machines, task after task, meeting after meeting, no breath, no space. Give yourself the permission to finish one moment before you start another. Work through the stress instead of numbing it. When tension hits, don't override it with distraction. Feel it for a moment. The tight jaw, the racing heart, whatever it is. That's how you allow stress to move through you instead of letting it pile up within. End your workday like a ritual. Close out your computer with intention. Know that you're shifting spaces from productivity to presence. That mental switch helps you show up for your life, not just your inbox. Still think mindfulness isn't for you? Without mindfulness, we can let anger hurt someone we love, allow shame to spiral into self-loathing, or push ourselves too hard at work when we desperately need rest. Think of mindfulness as a mental exercise, one that not only calms you, but also helps you behave like your best self. Mindfulness acts as a tether. It helps keep your emotions in check, prevent your thoughts from turning against you, be present for life's little moments, and become the person you aspire to be, for yourself and the people who matter most. If this sounds like something you need, then mindfulness is for you. In a nutshell, I was drawn to this piece because it introduces 6 simple yet effective mindfulness practices that can be seamlessly integrated into your daily routine. And that's what we need, from taking deep breaths to grounding ourselves to intentionally listening during conversations. Who doesn't need that? These micro practices serve as gentle reminders to stay connected to the present. It's a refreshing take on mindfulness, and it emphasizes that even small shifts in our attention can lead to greater calm and happiness. We couldn't talk about the power of the present or being in the now without featuring Eckhart Tolle. He delves into the essence of presence, illustrating how our thoughts often pull us away from the current moment. He emphasizes the importance of observing our thoughts without judgment and returning our focus to the present. It's a gentle yet powerful reminder that true peace and clarity are found not in the past or future, but right here, right now. Let's take a listen.
Attention to the resistance of the present, if powerful enough, will dissolve that resistance and a state of presence will emerge. What will dissolve the central core of the self so that it doesn't create endless waves of resistance? Can we explore the nature of the realization that is necessary? What will dissolve the central core of self so that it doesn't create endless waves of resistance? The central, what is the central core of self? The mind structures, the mind movements that are the mental image of me with its accumulated content, plus the pain body. The two in cooperation form the central core of self. So, what will dissolve that? Of course, that's easy. Surrender. Only now. Surrender. It's too easy, isn't it? It's too simple. Surrender to to whatever form this moment takes. Then the self cannot survive in the state of surrender to what is. It's as simple as that. The pain body cannot renew itself when you surrender to the fact that there is a pain body. And so surrender, I'm not telling you from now on you need to be in continuous surrender for 24 hours a day. Oh no. It's not that difficult. It's only this moment that you need to surrender to. Not just this. Whatever form this takes, it's always this. And that you meet in and through surrender. That you can do. You can't surrender for 24 hours a day. That's a problem. But just this. It's only now. And so the egoic self, nor the pain body, can survive in surrender. And then the question may arise, well, how long is it going to take before the central core of self and my pain body have dissolved? And that question implies that surrender is not yet complete. Is this moment that bad that you need to get to a future one where you achieve a certain state? To realize the goodness and depth that is already here. And only through surrender you realize that. Who you are already. You are greater than in your wildest egoic dreams you could ever be. You are already greater than you could ever be, even if the wildest egoic dreams of achievement became realized. Now, already, you are that. This mind-made sense of self is also much more focused on the negative than the positive. To be free, you awaken to who you are beyond your history and your life situation.
If you want to share encouragementology with a friend who needs to know they're not alone in this journey of self-discovery, you can visit encouragementology.com or anywhere you stream your content to receive this episode and all others. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram for additional encouragement throughout the week. And check out the show notes for the companion 5-day journaling journey. So I challenge you, slow down and truly inhabit the moment you're in. Stop flipping pages in your mind and instead take a breath. Read the chapter you're living. Savor the words, the lessons, and the blessings right here, right now. I know you can do it. Thank you for listening to Encouragementology with Kendall Boyson, where we find positive ways to handle some of life's challenges.
I stumbled through until the path was clear.